It's time for another edition of Wild Breakaway with Mark Parrish. I'm Audra Martin. The Minnesota Wild continue to play great hockey on home ice. Tonight it's a 3-2 win over the San Jose Sharks. Goals from Zach Parise, Nick Bonino, and Matt Zuccarello, three guys who also scored in Wednesday's win. The three of them have been playing some pretty impressive hockey here the last couple games.
The timely scoring from the depth of Minnesota Wild has just been the storyline of the season, whether it's the Bonino line, whether it's the Foligno line, whether it's Kaprizov, whether it's Fiala. Different guys are stepping up at different times. Different lines are stepping up, and that faith, that belief is really starting to come through with all four lines. And I feel bad talking about a fourth line because there isn't a fourth line. These are all top lines. They can play against the team's top lines. They can play against the team bottom lines. They can score. They can shut down. It is so impressive, the belief that this team has.
Yeah, speaking of depth, the Wild have 17 different players with double-digit points on the season. That is tied for the most of any team in the NHL. And so tonight with the win, the Wild hand the Sharks their fourth straight loss, and Minnesota improves to 16-4 overall on home ice. That's tied for the third best home record in the NHL. As you mentioned, depth, again, the fourth line tonight, if you want to call them a fourth line, 9 points in the last two games, and you know their head coach could not be happier to see those results.
You know, us putting them in different situations and not popping them off the ice and on the ice and trusting that they're going to get the job done. So, but I think more than that, the trust in us, it's the trust in each other. And we talk a lot about, believing in your teammates and trusting that your teammate's going to get the job done. And, I think our group legitimately believes that.
Tomorrow night wraps up another set of back-to-back games as the Wild take on the Sharks here in downtown St. Paul. So far, the Wild 4-1-1 in Game 2 situations. We'll see if they can add another win to that total tomorrow night. Join us at 6:30 for Wild Live here on Bally Sports. And until then, for Mark Parrish, I'm Audra Martin. Thanks for joining us on Wild Breakaway.